From honey badgers to mongooses, snakes have a lot of enemies in the animal kingdom. But what happens when they clash with the wrong opponent? In this video, we'll count down 30 of the craziest moments ever caught on camera, where snakes face off against everything from birds of prey to crocodiles. Get ready for some incredible footage of snakes fighting for their lives and some of the most unexpected winners and losers you'll ever see. The rattlesnake is one of the most dangerous snakes in the world, with their sharp rattles that announce their presence wherever they go. These snakes are as deadly as they come. Interestingly, however, some animals also don't give a toss about rattlesnakes. One of those is the monitor lizard, an animal so notorious that it's widely believed that these lizards are immune to some forms of snake venom. Years ago, a nature documentary channel was filming a series on monitor lizards that they had named Dino when it came into contact with a rattlesnake, and the outcome wasn't so great for the latter. The battle began and swiftly devolved into a one-sided affair, with Dino chomping down on the snake's head and literally mopping the floor with it. When he was satisfied with his performance, Dino then treated himself to the spoils of war and feasted upon his poor victim. Eastern cottontail rabbits have long been on the menu of a black rat snake. In fact, they're on the menu of many animals, given that they are helpless, weak, and slow for the first weeks after their birth. It makes them an easy target for hungry cats, weasels, rats, and snakes. But one mother rabbit wasn't about to let all her hard work raising her babies mean nothing. At first, she wasn't around to see the snake trying to eat her babies. It wasn't until they started squeaking that she launched into the camera frame and immediately began a vicious attack on the snake. She managed to get it out of the nest and then started kicking it repeatedly in an attempt to disembowel it. Even after the snake moved away from her babies and seemingly admitted defeat, that wasn't enough for the rabbit. She wanted it gone. Over and over, she grabbed the snake and viciously kicked it each time the snake tried to slither away to safety. Maybe next time, it'll know better than to mess with a protective mother's young. If you are enjoying this video, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you're as excited as we are about the showdown. Your support keeps our content flying high. Did you ever wonder how a praying mantis would match up against the snake? Well, watch the snake try to attack this mantis and see what happens. The mantis waits for the right moment and then grabs onto the snake before biting into the flesh. The snake is unable to move as it is clutched by the mantis' reptorial legs, and the mantis keeps on biting. It is basically eating the snake alive. In this next sequence, you can see the mantis' modus operandi is always the same when confronted with a snake. It charges the snake and then holds it down with its reptorial legs and begins to chew on it, and there is nothing the snake can do about it. I never thought I would see a snake so defenseless, especially against a small insect. These two are stuck in a tiny bowl, so they have no other choice but to fight. The fight seems evenly matched, and there's no clear winner yet when the clip ends. Another wrestling match between a mantis and a snake becomes even more spectacular when a second snake and mantis are thrown into the aquarium. The mantises lose a few limbs along the way, and when the snakes are removed, the two friends show us they were never friends and attack each other. One mantis becomes lunch for the other. This mantis ambushes a snake and holds it down with its raptorial legs before biting into it and slowly tearing flesh out from the snake's body. The tapin snake is a highly venomous snake that's indigenous to New Guinea and Australia. In fact, some sources claim that the inland or western tapin is the most venomous snake in the world, with a single drop of its venom being able to kill multiple human beings. Still, though, the prospect of being alone with the tapin did not scare this green tree frog, as it literally snuck up on the snake from behind and devoured it whole. The ordeal isn't quite surprising though. Despite having the most lethal venom in the world, tapin snakes are actually quite placid. They don't attack unless provoked, and they're not as brutal as, say, the king cobra. Still, though, I feel like a frog sneaking up on you and eating you alive should be enough of an emergency to be classified as provoking. Before moving on, we have a question for you. What animal fearlessly devoured a highly venomous tapin snake in a surprising encounter? Let us know in the comments section. When a huge cobra approaches, this cat looks terrified. What person wouldn't be? The cat, like the snake, tries to strike it but misses. Surprisingly, the snake decides to flee. The sand cat is revered by nomadic tribes. The Prophet Muhammad was said to be friends with sand cats. The horned viper has no choice but to attack the sand cat when he sees it. If the viper can bite the cat, it has a chance of survival. Confidently, the sand cat taps the snake on the head several times. Because of the cat's claws, the snake is unable to reach it with a bite. The fight is long and arduous until the final blow. In this close-up, you can see the injuries on the snake. We probably already know who will win. The appearance of the snake made the kitten curious, and it started teasing the stranger. The kitten continuously stuck out its front paw and slapped the stranger. The snake did not show any signs of being inferior. It rushed towards the cat with many packs. A mantis accidentally discovered a snake hiding in the bushes. As soon as the snake crawled out of the bush, the mantis rushed to attack. The fight quickly broke out, and the mantis tried to find a way to attack the snake. One of the most preferred meals of snakes is birds. They're an easy target, hit the spot, and probably don't require a lot of effort to take from nests. But as it turns out, the roles can indeed be reversed when you try and take on a large bird. Photographer and birder Emma Mary Carey managed to take some incredible photos that showed a battle playing out between a spectacled cobra and a short-toed eagle at Sari Lake near Wabat in the Kini Pam district. Roy had given up his 8th job to become a full-time birding guide and had been waiting for an opportunity like this one for 8 years. Over a period of about 10 minutes, he watched as the bird and cobra fought. It all began when he noticed the eagle swoop into view, spreading its wings out wide. Its shark yellow eyes then focused on a spectacled cobra that happened to be nearby. The eagle swooped down, and while the cobra did put up a fight, it was clear the eagle had the advantage. It was game over before you knew it. You can't have a video about the most brutal snake killers without including the mongoose. These small mammals are specialized snake hunters. A mongoose tries to make a meal out of the most deadly snake in Africa. But the black mamba sees that the mongoose isn't backing down. It tries to leave the scene. The predator cuts off the snake and viciously thrashes its target. Mongooses are immune to snake venom, which makes them equipped to hunt the most venomous snakes. Plus, they seem to have no fear, even when facing off against snakes bigger than them. A black cobra strikes the persistent animal, but its attacks do nothing to deter the mongoose. After multiple strikes, the mammal is finally able to bite the snake. It holds it at the base of its skull, and the mongoose won't let go until the reptile dies. While dealing with snakes, a mongoose's strategy revolves around wearing out its opponent by darting around quickly and biting them. A mongoose plays a deadly game with a cobra. The cobra is large, and it keeps the mongoose in its scope of sight. The mongoose runs circles around the snake, but the reptile is agile enough to keep up with it. In the end, the mammal gives up the hunt. Pythons are classified as members of the snakes known as constrictors. These predators apply pressure that makes it impossible for their victims to take a breath. When the prey exhales, the constrictor tightens its coils to fill the space left behind, eventually leading to the prey's death from suffocation. Because the python can sense its prey's heartbeat, it will wait for it to cease before uncoiling to begin eating. A python attempts to constrict a king cobra, but it fails miserably. The king cobra is not the victim in this fight, it's the predator. The black snake passes lethal doses of venom into the constrictor. Pythons can hinge their jaws to swallow larger prey, typically beginning with the head to optimize the amount of space available in the mouth. The joints in the skull can bend and fold, and the skin is exceedingly flexible, enabling the animal to consume large pieces of food without difficulty. A king cobra sizes up the longest snake in the world, the reticulated python. The snake predator stares at the mammoth creature in its presence. In the end, it decides that this is not a battle it wants to start. It is possible for pythons to consume rodents, birds, lizards, and even mammals such as monkeys, wallabies, pigs, and antelope. All of this depends on the size of the snake. While pythons are not snake eaters, they are not exempt from being preyed upon by semi-cannibals like king cobras. A king cobra bites off more than it can chew, as its target is more than ready to fight back. The python fights valiantly and wraps its bulk around its attacker. The two snakes duke it out in a battle of constriction versus venom. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.